Hey gorgeous, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're building a little bit of a Spanish colonial style house, I guess, although it does have some kind of craftsman style vibes too, but yeah, I was definitely aiming for a more Spanish feel. Not sure if I nailed that aesthetic though, so do let me know. So yeah, it's been a little while since I spoken to you guys. So the last video that I recorded, I think it was over 2 weeks ago, because I pre-recorded a few videos because I went on a little city trip. I have gotten back from Madrid well, almost a week ago now, so it's been a while already, but I have not really gotten around to filming a lot. So yeah, it was a really good trip. I really enjoyed it. I went to Madrid. I would definitely really recommend that city for a city trip if you're interested in that sort of thing, in travel and whatnot. So yeah, I guess that also kind of inspired me to do a kind of Spanish build, although I have not seen any houses like this in Spain, especially in Madrid. All the buildings there are basically high density, high rise buildings, at least in the parts where I have been, which was mainly in the city center. So I think that when you Google like Spanish mansion or Spanish villa on Pinterest or Google Images or whatever, I guess most of the houses that you will find are more like American suburban Spanish colonial style, if that makes sense. So I guess this house kind of falls into that category. So yeah, I wanted to address something regarding my save file. So if you guys don't know, I have been working on a save file for quite a while now. I have released the first version, which is basically a complete overhaul of the Willow Creek world, and now I've started renovating Newcrest, or I wouldn't say renovating because Newcrest is an empty world, obviously. So I've started building all new lots for Newcrest, and I have been feeling a little bit uninspired, and I'm not sure what causes it. I think I was first of all, I was very, very passionate about Willow Creek. First of all, I had in mind all these storylines that I wanted to incorporate. And also, like, Willow Creek has a very, very strong, like, New Orleans Victorian kind of vibe to it. So, and I love that style of houses. So I found building there to be very, very inspiring. And Newcrest, obviously, I do still have quite a few families in mind that I want to build houses for, but I find myself struggling a little bit coming up with those storylines. So I kind of wanted to ask you guys if you have any suggestions for maybe a family that that was famous in The Sims 2 or The Sims 3 that you haven't seen me building a house for yet. If you have a storyline idea in mind that I might be able to incorporate in my own save file. So I thought that would be nice if you guys have any suggestions that maybe help me to feel a little bit more inspired. And also in terms of the builds for a Newcrest, I was aiming for this somewhat more like classic American suburban / craftsman style builds. And I was very, very excited to start working on those builds. But when I started actually building them, I felt that I didn't really know what I was doing. And so far I've built 2 houses for Newcrest, and neither of them I can say that I am very, very happy with. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about that. I might actually delete the last 2 builds that I did. I will keep the videos on my YouTube channel, of course, but I might not actually use them in my save file. And I'm actually contemplating just continuing that Willow Creek, New Orleans, Victorian style in Newcrest as well. But do let me know how you guys feel about that. If you want to see some different style houses, I will make an effort. I will make an effort anyway to try and build a couple more suburban style houses, like the American suburban style houses. But if I'm not happy with it, I will not finish Newcrest, and I really, really want to finish Newcrest. So I might just start over and, go for more Victorian style, because that is the style that I feel most comfortable building, that I personally like the look of the most as well. So I might just do that, but I'm not sure. And I'm just curious. I'm just putting my thoughts out there, because I'm also curious to know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions for a building style for Newcrest, or if you would agree if I can just continue the Willow Creek Victorian vibes, or if you would prefer a more modern building style for Newcrest, do let me know, because I'm very, very curious, because I also want to make something that you guys enjoy watching. So yeah, that is what I just wanted to address for my save file. So about this house, we've already moved on to the interior. So I was actually struggling a lot with figuring out a floor plan, and the floor plan actually came together in a very interesting way. In the end, I managed to fit in 4 bedrooms, and upstairs, one of the rooms is actually like an office room. So I guess you could make that into a bedroom as well if you want to. So 5 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms and 1 half bathrooms, like just a powder room. And in the end, I quite like how the floor plan came together, even though I was struggling a lot. I think I redid it like 5 or 6 times. And usually I don't really struggle a whole lot with floor plans, because usually when I start building, I kind of have an idea in mind of how I want the floor plan to look like, or where I want which rooms to be and stuff like that. But this time, like I said, I was just feeling a little bit uninspired, and I liked the exterior at the end. And then, I had no clue what I wanted to do with the inside. So I've tried so many different things, and I cut it all out because otherwise this video would go on for like an hour or so, and I don't think anyone wants to watch that. So yeah, but as you can see, you kind of walk into an entryway, which I love. I love entryways. I feel like it's realistic. And then you walk, on the right side, you have a little powder room, which I think is also very handy to have a little powder room next to the entrance. And then you walk into the kitchen dining combination. And then to your right here, I'm now working on the living room. And off the living room, there's also a larger bathroom. And off of the kitchen, there is 2 additional bedrooms. So that's kind of how the floor plan flows in this house. But it took me quite a while to figure it out as well, because I actually originally put 2 chimneys on this house. There's still 2 chimneys on this house, but there's only 1 fireplace. And I guess that the story behind that would be that this house maybe would have been renovated years ago, but getting rid of the whole chimney is more expensive than just getting rid of the fireplace. So they kind of left the chimney there. The only thing that's a little bit strange in The Sims, that if you have 2 chimneys on your house and you light a fire, both of the chimneys will smoke. But whatever, it's Sims, it doesn't really matter. And the one thing that I really, really love about this house is the backyard, which I wanted to build the backyard after doing the exterior. So like one of the first things that I started furnishing, but I didn't really know what to do about it. So I just started on the interior and came back to it later, which I feel like that always works. Another building tip, you guys, if you're interested or if you like to build yourself, is if you feel really, really stuck with a build, or you feel very, very stuck with a certain room or whatever it is, just take a picture of it on your phone and just, leave it for a little while, have a think about it, maybe go for a walk or something, stretch your legs. And then usually when you come back to it, I feel like I have new ideas. And that's kind of what happened with the backyard, because I did some attempts at making a backyard. I cut it all out before I started on the interior, but it didn't quite work. So I got back to it later. Apologies, guys. I sound a little bit gross today. I know, I feel like in the past, 3 videos, it's me complaining about being sick, or 4 videos even, it's me complaining about being sick. And I swear I gotten better before I went to Madrid. And now I'm back and I have a cold again. How is that even possible? But I think, of course, with COVID for the last like 2 years, I didn't really go out or anything. So your immune system isn't really used to being active or being outside or being exposed to bacteria and whatnot. That now, going to Madrid for like 4 days, I made a lot of use. We went, first of all, we went on the airplane, of course, in the airport, making use of all public transportation, like the metro and stuff, which, by the way, the metro is absolutely brilliant in Madrid. It's great. And, going out to restaurants, being in the hotel and whatnot, you get exposed to a lot more bacteria. So I feel like I may have gotten something there. But it's okay. I feel fine. It's just a bit of a stuffy nose, and it's just a bit annoying when I'm trying to do a voiceover, but that's okay. Just bear with me. So yeah, guys, it's been a very busy weeks when it comes to Sims news. I've missed quite a lot, but I haven't missed it. Obviously, I stayed up to date. I did watch a lot of YouTube videos and I kind of followed what was going on, but I haven't been able to talk about it with you guys. So I kind of wanted to take this opportunity to have a little bit of a chat about it. By the way, guys, do let me know if you find it annoying that I don't really talk about the builds. I'm not a huge fan of talking about the builds whilst recording, because you can kind of just see what's going on the screen. I mean, I can go like, so now we're doing the bedroom, and that explains why there is a bed in this room. I don't really I don't really know what to say about my builds. Like, I feel like there's not that much to explain. So I wanted to talk about some Sims news instead, if that's okay. So yeah, first of all, 2 new kit releases, which I haven't bought them yet, actually. I do intend to buy the Happy Campers kit. That one looks quite cute, and I do like build kits. The other kit, I think it was like something chic kit. I don't even remember the name. It looked nice. I mean, the clothing looked fine, I guess, but I just don't really care for create a sim kits, because I don't really care so much for creating a sim. And I feel like I already have enough clothing options in the game already. I don't need a lot more. And if I wanted to have more clothing options, I would probably just download custom content. That's a lot cheaper. So I don't really buy the Create a Sim kits. But yeah, the Happy Campers kit looks pretty cute. I am excited to get my hands on that and do a build with it for you guys as well. And I think the biggest announcement is the werewolf announcement. I did a build like a couple of weeks ago when there were already so many rumors about it being werewolves, that I did like kind of a werewolf build. So I'm not surprised that it actually is werewolves. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't like how they look. They look really weird. There's just something off about how the werewolves look, and I've seen people compare them to furries, so people just dressed up as animals or like in an animal suit, which yeah, I can kind of see that. But the one that really hit it for me was the comparison between Cats, that movie that completely flopped because it was just too weird. And yeah, I definitely do see that, but I'm curious about the gameplay. I think there's definitely I've said this before, I think the Sims teams so far have done a good job on the occult game packs, especially vampires and what's the other one? The Spellcasters one, the Realm of Magic pack, that's the one. I think they did a good job on it, and it does feel more in depth than any of the occults that we had so far in the franchise. So I do hope that this werewolf pack is just kind of up there in you know, the depth of the gameplay and stuff like that. But I am curious. I'm personally just not a huge fan of the look of them. But I am curious about the gameplay, and obviously we can't say a whole lot about it yet. I feel like the trailers so far have been very misleading, especially if we look at the trailer for the wedding pack. That one was just completely broken. So, you know, I'm a little bit skeptical about new game packs and expansion packs for The Sims. But yeah, I'm curious to see if I like it. And then also there's been a rumor for a new expansion pack, which is going to be high school themed, which sounds very interesting. That sounds definitely very cool to have a more immersive teen experience in the game. So, you know, things like prom and I don't know, like American high school things. I'm not really aware of those. But yeah, that would be very, very cool. Although I feel like how are they going to make a whole expansion based on the high school experience versus just making it a game pack? But, you know, that's kind of a Sims thing that I'm often confused with how they make the decision to make something a stuff pack versus a game pack or an expansion pack. I don't know. But yeah, it does look interesting. I'm curious to hear, guys, from you. What would you still want to see from the Sims team being released as additional packs? For me, the one thing that I really, really want to return in this game is hotels. And I can talk about hotels in The Sims and how they should work for hours, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit short. But yeah, I definitely want hotels, and I really wish for there to be a kind of system where you can set up different kinds of hotels. So you can do like a resort like we could in The Sims 3. But I also would love to have the opportunity to kind of open a bed and breakfast on your own home lot. Let's say that it's like a retirement or a retired couple that decided to move to Henford or on Beckley or something and open a bed and breakfast there and just have like maybe 3 rooms for guests, and they prepare the food for the guests and stuff like that. I think that would be really, really fun, and I really hope to see an expansion pack based on holidays and hotels, or a game pack even, if it's just going to be hotels only, like a simple hotel. Anything, I will take it, because I really, really need that in The Sims. Like, I like the fact that we now have rental lots, but I mean, I feel like it doesn't change a lot. You can go on vacation to Sulani, even though you don't really need to, because you know, you can just travel anywhere in The Sims 4. It doesn't really matter. But you can go to a rental lot and pretend that your Sims are on a vacation, and it's just, you know, they just get to stay in a regular house. And I would love for the experience to be different when you go on a vacation, you know, where you're in a hotel with multiple guests and stuff like that. I think that would be fun. So yeah, I that for me is like the one thing that I still really, really want for The Sims 4 is a hotels pack. But I'm curious to see if you guys have any ideas about that as well. So here we are working on the backyard that I talked about. Like, I really, really love this space. It has a big pool, a hot tub. It has a nice outdoor, like, lounging conversation area that you see me building right here. And also a little, like, alfresco dining situation with a bar and a grill. I will be putting that in as well, and that area is completely covered, so it's also nice if it's raining or something, you can still just sit there, even though it doesn't rain that often in Oasis Springs. I think Oasis Springs really is an underrated world for gameplay. I love playing in Oasis Springs because the weather is so nice. Like, I get wanting more diversity when it comes to seasons. Like, you might prefer to live in a world where it also rains and snows. But for me, living in the Netherlands, like, it rains here all the time. And when I play The Sims, I just kind of want to have a, you know, escape to a sunny world, if that makes sense. So that's why I really, really love playing in Oasis Springs. And I like Sulani too, but that one is a little bit more like themed. It really feels like a holiday. Like, Oasis Springs is also still kind of like a regular suburban world. So I like that. So yeah, now I'm just working on the final room, which is this little alfresco dining area with a grill and a bar. Yeah, Honestly, guys, I think we are near the end of the speed building part of this video, so I'm just going to leave this voiceover right here. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by leaving a like or comment, or feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my future videos. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!